Hey, welcome. So today we're going to dive into this incredible tale about two sisters. Now, it's a really ancient story, but what's fascinating is how the characters it sets up, the classic good woman versus the bad woman, are still echoing in our culture today in some really surprising and honestly pretty revealing ways.
Hey, you unlucky woman. Why don't you just drown yourself? You've ruined my son's peace. Get out of here. Wow. I mean, those are some harsh words, right? They just drop you right into the middle of a total crisis. You have to wonder, who is this woman? And what could she have possibly done to deserve that? Well, to figure it out, we've got to go back to the beginning of the story.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Our story takes place in a rural village in Kanpur Dehat. We're introduced to a man named Rajesh Tiwari. He's not super rich, not poor either, and he has two daughters. So first up, we meet the elder sister, Radha, and she's basically presented as the perfect daughter. Innocent, well-mannered. The whole village just adores her. They'd say that any home she joined would become heaven. She's the absolute ideal. And then you've got her younger sister, Sunita. Now, she's beautiful and smart, but as they got older, this strange jealousy started to grow inside her. She just couldn't handle hearing everyone praise Radha all the time, and she'd think to herself, I'm the beautiful and smart one. She's got nothing, so why does everyone praise her? And right here, the story draws a really clear line in the sand. It's not subtle at all. On one side, you have Radha, who's all about virtue and being humble. And on the other, you have Sunita, who represents pride and jealousy. This kind of stark contrast, it's not an accident. It's a classic storytelling tool, and believe me, it's the engine that drives this entire tale. So, their father does what fathers did back then. He arranges their marriages. Radha, true to form, humbly accepts her match with a poor but totally honest farmer. Sunita, on the other hand, she lands a wealthy businessman, and she just can't resist taking a jab at her sister, telling her father, see, destiny knows who deserves what. And just like that, their paths split, setting the stage for the big moral lesson of the story. Okay, so this story probably feels a little familiar, doesn't it? You've got the good sister, the jealous one, a clear right and wrong path. It feels like something we've heard before. But what exactly is a story like this? Because it's not just some random tale. It's a perfect example of a really specific and really powerful kind of storytelling. Right, to really get why this story works the way it does, we need to look at its blueprint. What we're looking at here is a classic example of what's called folk literature. A story born from being told and retold out loud. So here's the formal definition, but a better way to think about it is this. Folk literature is the collection of stories a society tells itself about itself. They get passed from person to person, from generation to generation, and